You can see the ceremony that is about to take place and everyone there to greet the President of the United States. And they know how important this is. This is really the first monumental foreign trip of his second term. He chose this with purpose as well, starting in Saudi Arabia yesterday, and then coming to Qatar today, and then UAE tomorrow, because he wants to get deals done that benefit the American people. That's the purpose of this entire trip. And we know that he sat down with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia yesterday, signing more than a dozen agreements. That's very, very significant, very monumental, especially when one of those major agreements is to have $600 billion invested in America.
And it sounded like the Crown Prince yesterday when the president jokingly said, let's raise that up to $1 trillion, basically said he would.
Yes.
So, $1 trillion of investment. And these events are such a huge opportunity for the countries to showcase themselves. It's not only do you get the president of the United States, you get the attention of the entire world.
Yes.
You get the world's the news media, which of course we believe centers around the United States of America, but you command that world stage. So it's your chance to put your best foot forward. We see the motorcade rolling up with the Beast and all of the other support vehicles, which means that the president's departure from Air Force One down those red stairs at the front is imminent, because once they set the motorcade, then he will be coming out the door shortly.
And it's amazing what all has already been accomplished. You know, we say that the first 100 days he did it in a light speed, it seemed like, in all the executive orders he signed. But he does this every single day, not just here in America, on these foreign trips as well. This isn't a time to kick back your feet and be poolside or beachside. He's there making deals. And we saw him again meeting with the Syria interim president this morning. That was very historic because that was the first time that leaders of both of our countries have met in 25 years. Obviously not meeting under the previous Assad regime. So that in itself was something that he chose to do, kind of squeeze in that meeting before getting on the plane, as we're seeing here, and then heading to Qatar this morning, and then lifting those sanctions on Syria. That's also very monumental because he said, you know, they need the opportunity now as a country and as a nation to grow and to maybe one day be great after the fall of Assad. So again, lifting those sanctions this morning, signing those deals with Saudi Arabia, and who knows what the next 24 hours will bring here in Qatar. Again,
and there he is. We're
seeing the president step off the plane.
With the high five, the fist bump, and hey, down we go, back to work. And remember, too, it's 2:30, nearly 2:30, 2:23 in the afternoon in Qatar right now. They are 7 hours ahead of us. And, I mean, how many times have you gone on vacation, changed time zones? It takes a day or two to get adjusted to it. He literally lands, flies, gets to work, goes to bed, lands, flies, gets to work. I mean, there's no jet lag when you're the president of the United States, or you can't let it show.
We'll tell that to Joe Biden. I was going to say, I think he included a lot of naps in his day, but not this president. He goes nonstop, as you can see, just getting off the plane there in Doha, Qatar, meeting with Qatari officials. He is now set to sit down with them for the remainder of the day and get more deals done that benefit the American people.
And he's not just focusing on Qatar itself. Obviously, there will be a big focus on Qatar, but you see other Arab leaders, other Middle Eastern countries coming into these meetings, whether it was with the Gulf Coast, the Gulf states yesterday in Saudi Arabia. You have Qatar today. He heads to the UAE later. We've lost the feed as there he is, as the motorcade is getting ready to depart to take him to the first of their meetings for the day. But you'll have many countries and the focus of the entire region hanging on basically every word that he says.
And I love that the fist bump has officially become the new wave for our president. You know, it's just real. And I think that these officials are seeing that as well. He is who he is. He steps off the plane. He shakes their hand. He kind of raises his fist in the air. Again, very friendly with these Qatari officials.
You'll see it a little later in the show. He did the YMCA with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
You know what? You thought you'd seen it all,
you know,
but you haven't, and that's a great tease for later on in the show when we show him doing the YMCA. So there he is, obviously in the Beast, getting ready to go meet with Qatari officials there in Doha.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.